Good day everyone. So, in this video, i-discuss natin yung paano i-accomplish ang electronic IPCRF. Okay, so para po ma-access or ma-download itong file na to, click lang natin or i-type lang natin sa ating browser yung link http://deped.in/IPCRF encode 2019-2020. Okay. So, kapag na-access na natin yan, da-download natin yung file. Ganito yung makikita natin. Ayan, ito po yun. Okay. So, basahin lang po natin yung important notes before using the IPCRF file. So, the IPCRF works best in MS Office 2010 or newer. So, dapat po siguraduhin natin na yung Office na naka-install sa ating mga computers or laptops is version 2010 or higher. So, yung mas latest. Kasi po, possible na magkaroon ng error or hindi gumana ng maayos yung electronic file na to kung older version yung gamit natin. Kasi marami pa rin pong gumagamit nung Microsoft Office 2007. Okay? So, each teacher shall have one IPCRF collection file. So, take note of that. Bawat isang teacher po ay dapat magkaroon ng isang kopya nitong eIPCRF file. So, the IPCRF may be produced into a number of copies after encoding in the following fields in Part 1 of the encoding tab. So, region, division, district, municipality, school ID, school name, school type, school size, and curricular classification. So, bakit po naka-highlight yan? Kasi later, pag binuksan po natin yung file, yan po yung pinaka-common sa isang school. So, as much as possible, dapat yan yung mauna nating lagyan ng data. Okay, edit the name of each file to include the name of the teacher. So, dapat lagyan ng pangalan pag i-save po natin or before natin ibigay yung copy, nalagyan na natin or na-rename natin yung file bearing our name. So, edit the name of each file to include the name of the teacher. See Part B, Step 9. So, later, titignan po natin yan. Okay, so do not type in fields with drop-down button. So, ibig sabihin po, may mga parts sa ating template na hindi kailangan encodean. Meron na pong available choices. Kailangan na lang natin mamili. Okay. So, bago po natin simulan yung pag-type in sa ating template, tignan lang po natin yung flow. Paano po ba yung flow ng pag-accomplish ng ating eIPCRF? So, yan. So, sabi dito, simplified flowchart of IPCRF data accomplishment. So, andyan po si Rater sa left side, ayan po si Rati sa right side. So, ang gagawin ni Rater, download the IPCRF e-tool. Ito po yun, pinakita ko kanina. Encodes Rati's data. So, ano yung data? Ito yung mga, ayan, yung sa part 1, yung COT, yung QET, ratings of the IPCRF e-tool. So, after po ma-accomplish ni Rater, usually si MT yan, si Master Teacher, then, ibibigay na niya yung file copy ni teacher for him or her to accomplish the Part 2 and Part 4 of the IPCRF e-tool. So, yung Part 2 po, yung core behavioral competencies, and then yung Part 4, yung development plans po. Later po makikita natin yan. And then, after po ma-accomplish ni teacher yung Part 2 and Part 4, and then, i-upload to the submission system. Ibig sabihin po niyan, ibabalik or i-send ulit yan ni teacher kay kung sino po yung designated uploader. Normally sa school po, meron tayo 3 nominee uploader. So, kung sino po yung in charge sa inyo, sa kanila po isi-send ulit yung eIPCRF file natin. Okay, so opening the IPCRF data collection file. Sino daw yung mga involved? Ayan. So, ito lang yung sinasabi. So, personnel involved, rater. So, kay rater daw, ang mga do's. So, ang kailangan natin gamitin is laptops, tablets, desktop computer. So, either Windows or Mac OS X kung medyo saucy yung ating devices. Don'ts. So, wag daw po natin buksan itong file na to gamit ang mobile or smartphones ng tablets, Chromebooks, Windows RT, Android, or iOS. Ay smartphones po natin. Ano pa? Kagaya ng nabanggit kanina, gumagana po ng maayos yung file na to kung ang ating Microsoft Office version Excel ay 2010, 2013, 2016, 2019 or yung Microsoft Office 365. Okay, wag po itong nasa right side. Ayan. So, extract the IPCRF file from the zip folder and save it on the desktop. So, ito po yan. So, puntahan po natin yung file. Ito na po yan. So, ang sabi po dyan, wag po natin, yung iba kasi ang ginagawa, do-double click agad dito tapos i-access yung file. Ayan. Ganyan yung ginagawa na tapos i-open nila dito. Wag po natin yung gawin. Ang gawin po natin, kasi hindi po masisave yung data pag ganun po yung ginawa natin. So, ang gagawin po natin is right-click on the file, then, extract file or extract here. Kung gusto nyo may folder, pwede naman dito. So, extract here. Ayan. So, lalabas po yung mismong EIPCRF file po natin. Yan na po yung ating e-encodean. Okay? So, open na po natin yung file. Ayan. So, to open the file, double click or click and then enter. Ayan. So, ayan po yung mismong mag-appear. May, since protected view pa siya, so, click po natin, enable editing. Then, another warning, macros have been disabled. So, to enable macros, click lang po natin enable content. Ayan. So, ito na po yung template for IPCRF rating encoding 4. Okay. So, again, familiar naman tayo. Meron po tayong dalawang form. One is for the proficient teachers, teachers 1 to 3, SPED teachers 1 to 4. And then the other one is template for highly proficient teacher, which is master teachers 1 to 4 and then SPED teachers 5. Okay. So, para lang po ipakita yung difference ng dalawang template. So, again, since ito po yung green, so para sa proficient teacher, halimbawa lang po, ang nag-access ng file na to is master teacher, paano niya makikita? May separate file ba? Okay, so actually wala pong separate file. Ang gagawin lang po natin is pipili po tayo ng position. Okay, so scroll down ko lang dito para lang po maipakita natin yung template no para sa highly proficient teacher. So dito po under the position, ayan, kagaya po ng binanggit kanina, meron po tayong each cell ay nilagyan po ng data validation message yan. So ayan, nakalagay po, may drop down list. So click po natin yan. Then, select lang tayo ng option. Huwag po tayong mag-encode. Okay? So, click po natin, sample po natin si master teacher. Kunyari si master teacher yung access ng file o mag-encode ng kanyang data. So, para po maipakita yung template ng para kay highly proficient, select po natin, sample, master teacher 1. Tcharan! Ayan. So, naging kulay blue na po siya. Ayan. So, nakalagay po sa taas, master teacher 1 to 4, then SPED teacher 5, highly proficient teacher. Okay po? Yeah. So at least makita lang natin yung difference na para sa proficient teacher and highly proficient teacher. Okay po? So, since ang bibigyan natin dito ng emphasis is for the teachers, so balik ko na po yung position niya. Sample natin is kunyari lang teacher. Sample lang natin teacher. Parehas lang naman yan, teacher 1, teacher 2, teacher 3. Okay? So, kagaya ng sinabi kanina sa start ng ating user guide, simulan po natin yung pag-encode dito sa right side. Kasi, ito yung pinaka-common sa isang school. Okay, dito sa left side, dyan na po yung mismong demographic profile ni teacher. So, magkakaiba na sila dyan. Dito, as is tayo, or iisa lang po yung data natin dito for a particular school. So, click po natin si region. Ayan po, may drop-down list. So, wag po tayo mag-encode. Click inverted triangle, then select your region. Ayan po yung mga regions natin. So, since nasa NCR po tayo, so click po natin ito. Ayan. Next, division. Click. Again, there's a drop-down list. So, select natin, click natin yung inverted triangle, and hanapin lang po natin yung ating division. Click ko po, select ko po yan, si Quezon City. Next, district or municipality. Ayan ang sabi nga, type in the municipality. Ibig sabihin, dito po tayo mag-encode since wala siyang drop-down list. So, municipality, encode ko lang yan, Quezon City. So, yung first letter pa lang yung na-encode ko, meron na siyang agad suggestion. Hindi ko na siya kailangang tapusin din. Hit enter. Next, school ID. So, again, meron tayong warning. Type in your school ID. So, hindi natin kailangan mamili. Type tayo. So, type natin yung school ID. Yan. Next, enter. Type in the school name. Enter ko yung school name. Yan. Then, hit enter. School type. Yan. Sabi, select from the available drop-down option. So, syempre, mamili tayo. Tingnan natin yung mga choices. Ayan. Urban and rural. So, syempre, tayo mga nasa city, urban tayo. Rural for provinces. Yan. Yan. School size. Normally, ang choices po natin dito, yung category natin na ginagamit sa brigada eskwela. Okay, so kung ano po yung para sa school nyo, yun po yung piliin natin. Sample po tayo, large. And then, take note po dito sa curricular classification. Tingnan po natin. Select from the drop-down options. Ayan. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, depende po yan kung anong offer ng inyong school. Anong classification meron. Kinder to grade 6, Kinder to grade 10, Kinder to grade 12, or kung attached to tertiary, or kung merong specific lang, kunyari Kinder, tapos grade 7 to 10, or Kinder, may grade 7 to 10 at saka 11 and 12, or grade 1 to 6 lang, kung ano po yung mismong nasa classification ng inyong eskwela. Okay? So, piliin ko po, Kinder to grade 6. Kaya, okay? So, ito, after po natin ito ma-encode, since ito naman yung common, sabi kanina, since bawat teacher kailangan magkaroon ng file, okay? So, siguro itong part na to, pwede na nating i-save. So, kunyari, si Rater yung nag-access nito, since Rater yung sinabi doon na mag-download or yung kung sino man yung in charge, siguro at this point, pwede na nating i-save yung file and then pwede na nating ibalik kay teacher, ipamigay kay teacher para siya naman yung mag-encode nitong data na to, nitong part na to. Okay, kasi itong part ng COT 1 to 4 at saka yung numerical ratings natin for quality, efficiency, and timeliness, si Rater na po yan kasi ilalak po natin yan, yung mga data dyan. Data. Okay, so, sampulan ko lang po before natin i-accomplish yung rating. So, kunyari, isi-save ko na tong file para maibigay sa isang particular teacher. Tingnan po natin. So, save as. Then, hanapin natin. So, pinakamadaling hanapin yung desktop. Yan. Okay, reminder. Huwag po natin gagalawin. Okay, nag-sample ako kanina. So, delete ko lang yan. Okay? Huwag po natin gagalawin itong mismong file name na to. Okay, default po yan. Hindi po natin yan dapat ginagalaw. Ang gagawin lang po natin, okay, tignan po natin para maliwanag po tayo ha. Open natin yung user guide. Tignan natin yung sample, sabi sa paano bibigyan ng pangalan yung file name. Okay, may instruction po tayo dyan. Okay, scroll down muna natin para po maliwanag po tayo. Kasi usually yan sila nagkakaroon ng problema. Okay, so ayan ang sabi, submit the soft copy of the IPCRF electronic form to your rater, ayan, si rater or school head for the school-wide consolidation. So use the following format in naming the file. Ito daw. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, yung DepEd prescribed IPCRF parts 1 to 4 school year 2019-2020, hindi po natin yung ginagalaw. Okay? So, ang sabi, dugtungan natin ng level. Teacher, surname, and then first name. Okay? Ayan. Tingnan natin yung sample dito. Ayan o. Okay? So, avoid using special characters in naming your file. So, ito po yung pinaka-sample ng file natin. So, DepEd prescribed IPCRF parts 1 for school year 2019-2020 elementary. Ayan, LM. So, yun po yung gagamitin natin for LM. Secondary siguro pag high school and then senior high, depende kung ano yung level niya. So, for this particular example, gamitin natin tong LM since nasa elementary ako. So, LM, then dash, then last name and first name ni teacher. Okay? So, sundan natin yung particular example na yan. So, dudugtungan ko lang ito, dash, LM, then dash, then name ni teacher. Okay, so, sample. De La Cruz, Johnny. Yan. Then, click save. Okay. Yan. So, na-save po natin. Pwede na nating ipamigay yung file na yon since nalagyan na natin yung nasa rightmost part na to. Yung file na to, itong na-generate natin, ito, pwede na natin yan i-send. So, isa-isa po yan. Actually, pwede na tong isang file na to i-send, then i-rename na lang nila after nilang mag-encode ng kanilang demographic profile. Okay? So, supposing ito, na-send na sa akin. So, kunyari, ako na si teacher, na-receive ko na yung file ko, so, encodean ko na ng aking data. Okay? So, tuloy natin encoding si teacher na to. Si Rayty po ito, Rayty. Encode ko po yung name. So, again, sundan natin yung format. All caps, starting with the last name, then followed by the first name, and then the middle initial. So, sample po natin, yung ginamit kong pangalan kanina is De La Cruz, comma, then Johnny, then B. Okay, so ang in-example kong position niya is teacher 3. Okay, since proficient teacher yan, so same template po ito, kulay green po yan ha. Okay, naipakita na natin kanina yung template for highly proficient. Then, enter, type in. Ayan, sabi, type in your DepEd employee ID number. So, normally, 7 digits po yan. So, maglagay lang ako ng 7 digits. Ayan. Employment status, select. Select lang tayo. So, since teacher 3 na yan, so, regular, permanent. Although, ayan ang mga choices natin. Provincial, provisional, substitute, and contractual. Then, age. May range dyan. Hindi yan specific by age. So, mas madali na. Hindi na naka-reveal yung exact age. So, sampulan natin. Dito siya sa 36 to 40. Sample lang naman. Then, sex. Male or female. Select lang. Level tot. Ito yung binanggit ko kanina. na kung ang napili mo dito sa curricular classification, may kinalaman yan dito. Kasi, ang napili mo dito is kinder to grade 6. Pero yun pala, grade 7 ka nang tuturo. So, tignan po natin. Ayan. So, mapapansin nyo, wala kayong option para piliin kung anong level kayo. So, importante po na tama yung nailagay po natin dito. So, halimbawa lang may senior high school na hawak. So, hanapin natin yung may senior high school. Ito, pwedeng yan. O, pwede rin yung hanggang grade 12. Meron yung hanggang grade 12 dito. Ayan. Ito natin yung may grade 12. Anyway, parehas lang din naman yan. So, ang sample lang naman natin yung senior high. Ayan. Tingnan po natin kung anong lalabas dito. Ayan na po. Ayan. May junior high and then may senior high. Okay? Just in case lang na ma-encounter nyo, iba pala yung napili nyo sa curricular classification. So, balik ko na doon sa ating classification ng school namin. Ayan. Level taught. Tingnan natin. So, syempre, pupunta ako sa elementary. Grade level taught. So, again, select. So, since nasa grade 5 ako, so, yun na lang din piliin ko para sa example na to. Then, subject taught. So, kung marami kayong hawak na subject or meron kayong multiple subject na hawak, siguro ang piliin nyo na lang kung ano yung pinakamaraming subject na hawak ninyo. So, sample natin, math. Okay, so yan. Okay, then, punta tayo kay rater. Again, so, si rater normally sa elementary is si master teacher. So, type lang natin. So, kunyari, ako yung rater. So, same format po tayo. Last name, first name, then middle initial. Hit enter. Ayan, sabi niya, select position. So, hanapin lang natin yung position. Ayan, kung maliit na school yan, possible siguro na si teacher, si school head na, yung nandyan sa rater. Okay, pero sa amin, master teacher, so hanapin ko lang yung position, master teacher 1. Then, date review. So, yung date review, nakadepende na po yan per school kung kailan po ni-review yung ating performance. So, mag-sample lang po ako. Ang format po natin is year muna, then followed by the month and the day. So, 2020. Sample lang po ito. March 10. Sample lang po yan. Okay, kasi pag hindi natin nilagyan yung date, hindi po yan mailalock mamaya. Although meron na kung ano man yung date doon, kung binlang ko yan ni teacher, pwede namang ang maglagay ng date dyan ay si rater. Kasi hindi siya makakapag-finalize ng part 1 pag blanco yung data dyan. Okay? Next. Number of years in teaching. So, select. So, ang example natin dito is teacher 3. So, pwede natin ilagay siguro dito na more than 10 years. Okay, so depende po yan sa length of service teacher na mag-accomplish ng form ito. So, highest degree obtained, and sabi select. So, yun lang naman po yung warning natin. Pag nakita nyo yung data validation message na select, then merong drop down list dyan. Kung type in, then that's the time na mag-encode po tayo ng data. So, select. Okay, so ang example po natin, bakit teacher 3 yung sinample ko, normally kasi, meron na tayong mga teachers na promote, pero hindi pa tapos or hindi pa nakatapos ng kanyang graduate study. So, kaya yun yung example ko. So, pwede siyang maglagay dito ng ayan, mag-ingat lang po kasi nagsasuggest po siya. Ayan. So, sample ko lang po ito. Ayan. So, kunyari, meron na siyang nakakuha na siya ng unit sa masteral. So, pwede na siyang i-encode niya. Pwede niyang i-indicate kung ilang units na siya. Now, kung in any case na si teacher ay wala pang unit sa masteral or doctoral at nakalagay dyan is bachelor's degree. So, ilagay lang natin dyan BEd. Okay, bachelor's. bachelor in, kung ano man yung gusto nyo ilagay. Okay? Then, area of specialization, kung may specialization kayo. So, since bachelor yung nilagay mo dyan, ilagay mo dyan kung ano yung subject mo that time. Okay? Pwedeng mamili. Ayan lang kasi yung subject dyan. Okay? So, lagay ko mathematics. Okay? So, ulitin ko po, kung bachelor's degree at wala pang units ng masteral or doctoral, lagay lang po dito BEd. Or kung gusto nyong buuin, pwede naman. Okay. Now, let us proceed to encoding the data in the COT rating. Okay. So, kung napansin nyo dito sa template natin, meron tayong green colored and then black colored. So, ano yung ibig sabihin niyan? Then, meron tayong white. Yung green colored, syempre, hindi yan pwedeng encodean. Ganon din yung sa black. Okay, now observe. So, sa COT1, sabi, select the subject taught for COT1. So, ang sabi kanina, ang lalagyan lang po natin ng data ay yung naka-white. So, tingnan po natin. Code po natin yung subject. Select. So, mathematics. Kunyari nagpo-observe siya. COT number 1 niya. Okay, correction lang po COT means Classroom Observation Tool. Yun po yung rating sheet na ginagamit kapag inobserbahan tayo. Yung the act mismo, nung nagpo-observe ka, yun po yung tinatawag natin classroom observation. So, misconception po yan. Ang tool po, yung rating sheet na ginamit, and then yung mismong act ng nagpo-observe ka, yun yung classroom observation. So, wag po tayong magkakaroon ng misconception about the two. So, pili lang po tayo ng subject. Ayan, so napansin nyo, nag-appear yung white colored cells. Ibig sabihin, we are allowed to enter the data. So, i-encode na natin yung rating na naibigay ng rater doon sa particular teacher. Okay? So, si rater po ito si rater po. Yung kay teacher, ito lang po ito. Ayan. Pag na-encode na po ni teacher ito, pwede na niya uling isend yan kay rater. Kasi tatapusin ni rater yung encoding dito sa COT rating. Okay po? So, nakita niyo yung flow. Mauna si rater. Ayan. Although pwede naman isend na si teacher na kunyari, nauna nang nag-download si teacher. Basta lagyan niya lang itong nasa ibabaw, itong mga data, demographic profile na yan, and then, ibabalik niya kay rater for encoding ng COT rating. Make sure na yung file po natin, before natin isend kay rater, ay nakapangalan na po sa atin. Okay? Yun po yung maliwanag. Then, enter po tayo. Sample lang po ito. Ayan, sabi niya, rating must be a whole number from 3 to 7. Ito po yung rating na ibinibigay ni rater during the classroom observation. So, from 3 to 7. 7 being the highest. Okay? And then, opposite the rating, andyan naman po yung RPMS 5-point rating scale. Kung saan, ang rating naman dyan na ginagamit natin is 1 to 5, 5 being the highest. Okay? So, upon entering the data, tingnan natin kung ano mangyari. So, kunyari, mag-sample lang tayo. Lagay ko 6, then 7, then 5, then 7, 6, 6, 7. Okay? So, napansin nyo, ayan, enter ko yan, automatic na pong nag-e-encode. Okay? O naglalagay ng equivalent based on the 5-point rating scale ng RPMS. Yan. So, hindi na natin yan kailangang intindihin. Hindi na tayo kailangan tumingin pa dun sa table. Ano ba yung equivalent ni 3, ni 4, ni 5, ni 6, ni 7. Automatic nandyan na siya. Okay, so after po dyan, ayan. So, kung napansin nyo po, itong mga objectives na to, wala na siya dito sa part na to. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya observable. Okay? So, kung ano lang yung available dyan, yan lang po yung ating lalagyan. Ito po kasi, template na to is dinesign dahil sa ating present situation. Okay, unlike nung previous years. Okay, so enter lang po tayo ng date. Kailan na-observe si teacher. So, example lang natin. Again, the format, start with the year. Suppose, July 10. Okay, then, after po natin ma-enter ang date, ni-rater yung date, ilalock na po natin. Click natin. Ito po, may button po tayo for locking this particular classroom observation rating. Click po natin yung button, and then this message will pop out. Ang sabi, the rater must enter a password. So, si rater, si MT po ito, master teacher. Minimum of 6 characters with which to lock this file. Certain actions will henceforth require you to enter the password you input here to proceed. So, later, mag-encode po tayo ng code dito, minimum of 6 characters. So, enter po muna tayo. Yan. Then, confirm. Retype the password. Ito lang po, reminder, we used a single password for this particular template. Okay? So, click go. Then, observe. Ayan. Sabi dito, ayan na, nagbago na. Unlock. COT1. Ibig sabihin po niyan, nakalock na po. Mapapansin nyo na green na po yung ating data kanina. Ibig sabihin niyan, hindi na po yan magagalaw ni teacher later kapag binalik ulit ni rater ito sa kanya. Okay, bakit kailangang ilock? Ibig sabihin po niyan, hindi na po pwedeng galawin ni teacher rating yung kanyang rating without the knowledge or the permission coming from the rater, kasi si rater lang po yung pwedeng magbago niya. If in any case na magkaroon ng discrepancy, or kung nyari si rater yung nagkamali, at least ipakita ni teacher na ito yung kanyang rating na merong na mistype, then that's the time para lang i-unlock yan at i-edit yung rating. Same procedure po, encode po tayo ng subject. Type po tayo, select pala tayo ng subject. Ayan. So, kunyari, again, math ulit. So, lagay tayo ulit ng rating. 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6. Okay. And enter. Yeah. Then, type the date. So, kunyari, around, ano na yan, September. So, 2020. Sorry. Napansin ko pala dito, 2020 na pala yung nilagay ko. So, ito na po yung pagkakataon para gamitin natin yung unlock. Please type a valid date. Teka lang. Tapusin ko lang daw ito. Okay. So, 2019 pala ito. Sorry. Buti napansin ko. September 9. Yan. Then, lock. Yung same password po na ginamit ko kanina. Ayan. So, ito po. Try ko pong balikan. Okay, kasi po mali yung date. 2019. Then, lock ulit. Okay, so si rater lang po ang pwedeng magbago niyan. Okay. Then, COT3. Same procedure. This time, siguro, nagpalit naman siya ng subject. Kung meron pa siyang ibang hawak. Kunyari, nag-EPP naman siya. Again, enter lang tayo ng rating kung ano man yung naka-reflect sa kanyang COT form. 6, 7, 7, 7. Kunyari lang. So, type lang tayo ng date. So, halimbawa, December 5. Okay, so umabot siya before mag-Christmas party. Then, click natin yung lock button. Enter the password. And click go. So, ayan. Check lang natin yung ating user guide. Sabi dyan, provide a single password for COT1 to protect your data. Okay, so note, if in case there are less than 4 COT rating sheets available, leave the entire COT column unfilled. No need to lock the COT column. So, dahil nga sa nangyaring pandemic, supposing hindi niya natapos yung number 4. So, ang gagawin lang daw natin is leave the entire column unfilled. Then, wag na natin ilang. Okay, so, balikan natin yon. So, blanco lang natin ito. Yan. I-leave na natin yan. Then, hayaan na natin. Proceed na tayo dito sa rating na quality, efficiency, and timeliness. So, again, rating na natin na gagamitin dito is from 1 to 5. Yun na pong 5-point rating scale ng RPMS ang gagamitin natin. Kasi kung hindi po, tingnan yung mangyayari. Kunyari, nag-encode ako ng 6. Kaya, may warning tayo. Only a whole number from 1 to 5 is accepted for this field. So, hindi niya rin yung tatanggapin. Okay? So, kunyari, nakakuha siya dyan. 5, 4, sample lang naman ito. So, depende po yan kung ano po yung naka-reflect sa rating ni teacher. Natin. Ayan. So, kung halimbawa lang, ganyan yung kanyang rating, 4.523, then outstanding rating ni teacher. Okay, so kung ano man yung mag-reflect dyan, yan po yun. Automatic na po yan. Naka-reflect na po yung adjectival rating ni teacher. So, pag okay na tayo dyan, si rater, lalagay na niya yung pangalan ng approving authority, which is normally our school head. So, type ko po yung name ni school head. Ma'am Virginia E. Macapagal. Then, select position. Anong position ba ni school head? Okay. O kung sino man yung approving authority ninyo, hanapin nyo lang yung position. So, si ma'am ay principal 4. Okay? Ayan. So, basahin natin yung note. When COT and QET ratings are encoded, click Finalize Part 1. Give the file copy to the teacher concerned, then the teacher shall accomplish Parts 2 and 4. So, at this point, pag na-click na ni rater itong Finalize Part 1, ibabalik niya uli yan kay teacher. Okay? Or pwede naman, ang kagaya ng sinabi kanina, kung si teacher yung nauna nag-download na to, lagyan niya lang yung demographic profile niya dyan kanina, then, saka niya palang ibibigay kay rater. Okay? Kasi importante, matapos ni rater itong Part 1, bago niya maibalik kay teacher rating, para makapag-encode naman siya ng Part 2 and Part 4, which is yung behavioral competencies at saka yung developmental plans. Okay, so kung tapos na si rater, click na lang Finalize. Ayan. Sabi, may warning. Confirmation, you have not completed the 4 COT ratings. Bakit? Kasi yun nga, dahil sa nagkaroon ng lockdown, so hindi natapos, wala siyang COT number 4, binibigyan lang tayo ng warning na you only locked 3 COT ratings so far. Are you sure you want to continue finalizing Part 1? So, syempre, dahil wala nga, or syempre meron pa rin mga teachers na nakatapos, so okay lang po yun. Okay, so, ang example lang natin for this demonstration is yung hindi natapos ang 4 na COT rating video. Yes. Then, type in again the password. So, importante po. Para sigurado kayo, isulat nyo yung password. O, isend nyo sa messenger nyo para hindi mabura. Kasi yung iba, kahit yung papel, nakakalimutan o nami-misplace. Okay, at least sa Messenger, nandun lang siya, hindi siya nawawala. Okay? Siyempre, huwag nyo send kahit kanino. Sa personal Messenger na lang. Then, click go. Then, observe kung anong mangyayari. Ayan. Success. Your data has been saved. Click OK. Ayan. Ibig sabihin yan, ready na pong i-send back ito kay Teacher Rati for them to proceed accomplishing part 2, which is the core behavioral competencies. And then part 4, ito po yun, development plans. Okay? So, assuming na na-send na ni Rater sa akin yung template na to. So, proceed tayo sa part 2. Okay? Hindi po tayo dito mag-encode ha. Hindi dito sa may part 2. Okay? Dito tayo sa encoding. Ayan, kasi kung titingnan po natin si part 1, since nailak na po yan ni Rater, lahat po ng data na nandoon ay mag-a-appear na dito. Ayan, yung name, position, si Rater, school year, date, and then the rating. Okay? So, punta tayo sa encoding part. Kasi encoding part to. So, dito tayo mag-type. So, si teacher, kagaya ng ginawa natin nung previous year, mamimili lang to. Titik lang tayo ng boxes dito. Ayun ang sabi sa instruction. Part 2 shall be accomplished by the ratee. So, ratee na to ha. Ratee na po yung ginagawa natin. After the rater accomplishes part 1, please tick the box of the competency indicators that you demonstrated during the performance cycle. The results of your assessment can be found in the part 2 sheet. Ito yun. After po natin mag-tick ng mga boxes dyan, dito po yan mag-a-appear. Kaya hindi po tayo dito nag-encode. Okay, so balik po tayo doon, encoding part. Tick lang tayo ng mga boxes dito. Yan. Since nagawa naman na natin to last year, so familiar na kayo dyan. So kunyari, tick po yan. Depending on the behavioral competencies you have demonstrated during the school year. Yan. Okay? So kung tapos na, basahin uli natin yung note. Ayun sabi kay note. Yan, medyo magalaw lang yung ating template. Okay? Click finalize part 2 to save your data. You can now proceed to the preparation of part 4 development plan based on the results of part 1 and part 2 of the IPCRF. Okay. So, anong gagawin lang natin? Ayan. So, kung hindi nyo makita yung finalize part 2, scroll up, then scroll down nyo lang para mag-appear to kasi minsan hindi sumusunod. Okay, medyo malikot siya. Okay, so, kung tapos na tayo dun sa behavioral competencies, click natin, finalize part 2. Click. Okay. Mayroon tayo dialog box. So, Ratee's password. This time, again, kagaya ng sinasabi ko, si Ratee na po yung nag-encode. So, password naman ni Ratee ang kakailanganin dito, ni teacher. So, bakit password ni teacher ito? Kasi data niya to eh. Ang nag-rate nito, si teacher mismo sa sarili niya, depending on kung ano yung behavioral competencies na na-demonstrate niya for school year 2019-2020. Okay? So, mamili kayo ng password. Same instruction, minimum of 6 characters. Kung saan, pwede nyo ilak, kayo lang as Ratee yung pwedeng magbago ng laman ng nandito. Okay? So, confirm password. Type in again your personal password. Then, click go. Then, observe. Ayan. Same nang nangyari kanina since to indicate na nakalock na yung part na to, nag-iiba na siya ng kulay. Okay, then click OK. Kung tapos na tayo dito sa part na to, then ang next na daw na gagawin natin is accomplish part 4. Ang part 4 po natin is yung development plan. So, paano ko ma-access yun? Wala nang nandito sa baba. So, dito po natin siya i-access. Click po natin yung part 4 tab. Ayan. Sabi dito, ayan ang note. Basahin po natin mabuti, huwag tayong encode ng encode. So note, this sheet shall be accomplished during Phase 1, performance planning and commitment based on the results of ESAT. So palaging nauna yung ESAT. And Phase 2, performance monitoring and coaching based on agreements on the performance monitoring and coaching form and media review form. And number 3, Phase 4, performance rewarding and development planning based on the actual results of IPCRF. So the ratee can modify the cell. Ito daw cell na nandito. Like, paano yung pwedeng i-modify ni teacher? Add rows to reflect his or her development needs and strength. So, paano yung ginagawa? Ano yung editing na pwede natin gawin dito? Kunyari, nakulangan kayo sa rows na available dito sa ating template. You can simply add a row by clicking in on the leftmost part din sa mga number na to. Click, right click, select insert, select entire row, then click OK. Ayan, nadagdagan siya ng isa. Gusto nyo isa pa ulit? Ayan, kita nyo, observe po nito, 16. Dagdag po ulit ako ng isa. Insert, then enter row, then OK. Ayan, naging 17. So, depende po yan kung gaano karami yung kailangan nyo para sa part 4. Diyan sa strengths na yan. Functional competencies, then sa letter B, behavioral competencies. Add po kayo ulit kung tingin nyo kailangan. Enter row, ayan. Dito naman kayo. Add kayo ulit. Kung tingin nyo, marami kayong kailangan i-encode dyan, sige lang. Okay. Ayan, sabi, tingnan natin kung pwede ba tayong magbawas. Enter row. Pwede rin po. Okay, yun yung usual. Kung column ba, tingnan natin kung column. Insert column. Pwede ba yung column? Ayan, pwede daw. Kaya lang, since ito yung template natin, so I suggest wag na nating galawin yung column. Okay, so undo ko na lang yan. Dito lang tayo sa row. Okay, kasi ito na po yung pinaka-template natin. Okay? So since nakakapagdagdag naman tayo, hindi na natin kailangan lakihan pa yung nandyan. Plus, sa printing, tingin ko nakasakto na itong ganito, kaya wag na natin siyang galawin. Okay, so after that, then feedback dito, ayan, naka-indicate na po yung name ni ratee, ni rater, then the approving authority, the school head. Basahin ulit natin yung note. When all parts of the RPCRF are accomplished, the ratee must submit the file copy of his or her IPCRF electronic form to the department head or school head for the school-wide consolidation. He or she must print all the pages of this form and submit to the personnel division of the school to be attached to his or her 201 personnel file. So, ibig sabihin, after accomplishing ng part 4, si teacher ratee i-send niya ulit ito or sasubmit niya ulit ito kay rater, kay master teacher for consolidation. And then, yung mga master teacher naman na in charge per grade level, sila yung mga kolekta, and then ibibigay po nila yan, yung mga files ng bawat teacher na na-collect nila doon sa tatlong designated nominee uploader. Yun po yung inassign ni school head sa bawat school to upload the consolidated data ng bawat school. Okay? So, after ma-encodean nito, syempre dahil wala namang laman to, hindi pa natin pwede i-click yung finalize part 4. So, after malagyan ni teacher yan, click niya yung finalize part 4 para tapusin yung encoding nitong EIPCRF natin. Then, pwede na siyang mag-print. Okay, magsisend lang siya ng copy nito kay master teacher or rater niya. Then, pwede na niyang i-print ito. Click na lang yung print. Okay? So, yun. Okay? So, ang usual lang naman na makikita natin doon sa pag-print ay ito. Yan. Click natin ito. Ayan. Kung ano yung data na nandito, yan lang naman yung makikita natin for printing. Ayan. Ito yung tinik natin na boxes kanina. Ayan yung rating natin. Sa part 3, ito yung in-encodean ni rater based on your COT rating. Okay, then part 4, ito yung development plan. Okay? So, ito yung sample ng part 4, development plans. So, basically, nahahatid sa dalawang part. So, letter A, functional competencies. And then letter B, yung core behavioral competencies. So, ang strengths and development needs, pwede nating i-base doon sa magiging rating natin sa IPCRF. So, kung ano yung pinakamataas na nating rating doon, outstanding man yan or BS, doon tayo kukuha. Ayan, so sample dito is objective 3, CRA number 1. Then, development needs, saan tayo mababa? Hanapin mo naman doon anong objective yung pinakamababa nating nakuha. Then, next is action plan. So, maglagay ka ng particular learning objective mo. Then, yung possible intervention. Then, timeline. And then, the last part is resources needed. So, nandyan yung learning and development team. Kasama yan syempre sa resources mo. Possible na nandyan si supervisor, si school head, si master teacher syempre, and funds. Okay? So, sa part 2 naman, o yung letter B, andyan yung core behavioral competencies. So, ito yung sinagutan natin ng pag-tick ng boxes kanina. So, pili lang tayo doon again ng ating strengths. Then, dito naman sa kabila, yung kailangan natin i-improve. Then, ano yung particular objective natin na target. And then, intervention, timeline. Then, syempre, the last part is resources needed. Okay? So, check natin ang user guide. Print parts 1 to 4. So, the teacher must ensure that his or her computer is connected to the printer using the file and print options in MS Excel. So, he or she must print all the pages of this form, complete all required signatures, and submit to the personnel division of the school to be attached to his or her 201 personnel file. So, importante after printing, yung mga pirma. Huwag kakalimutan pumirma bago po isubmit ang hard copy. So, next is, tingnan natin ano-ano pa ba yung mga frequently asked questions on the accomplishment of IPCRF e-tool. Para dun sa mga may mga tanong, ayan po. So, question number 1. As I start using the file, some features seem not working properly. What can I do? So, nandito na po yung mga sagot. So, ang gagawin, ensure that you are using MS Office 2010 or newer. So, gaya ng nabanggit kanina, then, ensure that you have enabled all macros. Number 2, who initiates the accomplishment of EIPCRF? So, based from protocol and as seen in the tool instructions, the rater, the master teacher, answers part 1 of the encoding sheet, including the teacher, rater, region, division, school, demographic, COT, and QET ratings. So, to do this, open file and start encoding the fields of the region, division, school information, which is found rightmost column of the demographics portion. Then, replicate the file into a number of copies. Edit the name of each file to include the name of the teacher, kung kanino natin siya isi-send. Or, pwedeng isend yung isang file, and then, yun na yung mismong isi-share. Sila na yung balang mag-edit ng file name. Okay? But given the current COVID-19 situation, ito, meron pong binanggit, the rating may initiate the encoding of his or her demographic profile and the COT ratings. So the rater consequently ensures that all information are recorded accurately during the rater conference. Okay? Sabi dyan, pwedeng si rating na mismo yung maglagay ng mga info sa demographic profile. Lahat po yung nandoon sa taas. Then, saka na lang isi-send kay rater, kay master teacher, para lagyan ng data for COT rating. Then, before ilock. Then, ibabalik ni rater kay teacher for encoding na ng part 2 and part 4. Okay? Question number 3. The file is for proficient teachers. Where is the file for highly proficient teachers? Ginawa ko na yan kanina. So, same template lang po tayo. Pipili lang sila doon sa part ng position. Select lang yung position, master teacher, para maging kulay blue yung template, which is intended for highly proficient teachers. Okay? Question number 4. The drop-down options for level taught and grade level taught do not appear. What should I do? Ayan, ginawa ko na rin yun kanina sa curricular classification na pinili natin doon sa rightmost part. Okay? Question number 5. I am a senior high school teacher. What option shall I choose for subject taught in the demographic field in the subject for COT? So answer, select the discipline directly related to senior high school subject you're teaching. So, halimbawa daw na wala yung subject taught. Specifically, nung senior high school teacher, piliin na yung pinaka malapit. Number 6, what will I choose for school size? Again, nabanggit ko na yun kanina, kung ano po yung school size na ginagamit natin sa kategory ng brigada eskwela, yun po yung isi-select natin. Number 7, the file is for proficient teachers. Where is the file for highly proficient teachers? So, same lang din sa question number 3. Number 8, there are restrictions in employee number. What shall I do? So, if in case na hindi mo ma-encode yung employee number, ang gagawin daw is, the file currently uploaded in the link has no restrictions in the employee number. So, please download again if you downloaded before May 4, 2020. So, possible lang daw yun na mangyari kung ang file na na-download mo is earlier than May 4. Okay? So, if that's the case, kindly download again the file para ma-resolve ang iyong issue. Number 9, which will I choose in level taught, grade level taught, subject taught? Answer, first priority, plantilla appointment based. Kung wala dun sa plantilla mo, hindi naka-indicate, then ang second option to select is kung ano yung majority ng teaching loads na hawak mo. Kung ano yung mas marami. Question number 10, I cannot edit parts 1, 2, and 3 sheets. What will I do? So these sheets are protected for any editing and are automatic outputs after all fields in the encoding sheet or tab are accomplished and finalized. Only the encoding sheet or tab and part 4 sheet are open for editing and encoding. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, yung part 1 ay ilalock ni rater para hindi na magalaw ni teacher rating yung COT rating. And then, in the same manner, pagdating dun sa may behavioral competencies, nakalock din yon using the password ni teacher rating. Siya lang din yung pwedeng gumalaw nun. Hindi rin yun pwedeng baguhin ni rater. Okay? 11. What if I did not complete all 4 classroom observations? Yun din yung mismo example natin kanina. Enter only the ratings available at hand. Leave the entire COT column or columns with no available ratings unfilled. So, blanco lang po natin. Kung isa or dalawa lang yung natapos niyang classroom observation, so be it. No need to lock this column. Leave it unfilled. Then, the quality rating will still compute automatically. For the efficiency rating, refer to DepEd Memorandum 45 Series 2020. Question number 12. What if I have 4 COT rating sheets available? Answer. For those with COT4 ratings, the rater and ratee shall agree to whether or not it will be encoded in the IPCRF. The agreement shall primarily consider the advantage benefit of the rating. Meaning, if in case meron siyang COT4 pero medyo mababa yung rating na nakuha niya, so pag-uusapan ni rater at ni ratee. Yung rating para doon, kung ipupursue yung rating na naibigay or leave it until na lang. Since nagkaroon naman tayo ng pandemic, so pwede pong i-consider na hindi lagyan yung COT4, lalo na kung tingin ni ratee ay mababa yung kanyang rating for that particular classroom observation. So I think yan na po yung tungkol sa pag-accomplish ng ating e-IPCRF for school year 2019-2020. So, kung nagustuhan mo ang tutorial na ito or kung may natutunan ka, give this video a like and post na din kayo ng comment and suggestion. Don't forget to share. And of course, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell para updated kayo sa mga upcoming videos ko. And with that, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. See ya!